natural sounds out here. And I'm talking about a meditation, or what my dad used to do for me when I was a child. He used to do this breathing exercise and guided visualization with me when I was young. And especially if I had troubles going to sleep. And that's what I did. Was I recorded that visualization, meditation, or relaxation that he used to do with me as a child. Stand here, the chicken's coming to me. Look. Look. That's one of the chickens that almost got eaten by the doggies. That caused me to fall on my back. So I came out and recorded it. Did okay. I'm still trying to figure out how to get it off my tablet now and put it on YouTube. That's the next step. But as I'm sitting here looking at this chicken. Hi, Bobby. Hi. Are you coming over here all by yourself? There's usually 2 other ones with him. Ain't he cute? He's kind of frozen. But here's how God also works. Full moon night, a week and a half ago. You know, Dad knew my bird was a hawk. Right? And he wanted a hot feather put in with his ashes, and didn't quite happen. But the last full moon, I came home in my yard, took the dogs out for a walk, and there was a hawk feather right in my yard. Just as the sun went down. And then the next day, a hawk almost flew into the bus. It flew right across the path of the bus. And I was like, wow. God works in funny ways. The universe works in funny ways. Because it's just knowing that. And then when I came home that night, there was a feed on my Facebook, an old feed from 5 years ago, where I video recorded a hawk flying over me sitting in the car. I was like, what are you telling me, God? What are you telling me, universe? I know my dad was around that night. I felt him very strongly. But it's still the same thing as now. It's like, what do you want me to do? I still got to make my money to pay for my rent, to pay for all my bills. I still have to do all this stuff. And I want to find a way to do my recordings and put it on YouTube. And I'm not sure if that's how I'm going to end up making my money. Passively, so I can travel or do whatever else I'm supposed to do. Because I want to go see my mom, and there's a lot of things I would like to do. But right now, I got to heal my back. Because I did some damage to it when I fell. My ribs are bothering me. I'll be out until Monday. I'll go back to work on Monday. But I just know he has a plan. There's something about this. There's something about it. Because he found me the sanctuary. He found me this place. He will take me into my next journey. And I have faith on that. But this is about sharing this with people and trusting and having faith. I still don't understand why I'm doing this. Maybe there's something in here that somebody will listen to and get the message. Because there's a lot out there happening now. And one of the things that was very strongly spoken on the bus with all these people was we got to come to peace with each other. Find peace in yourself and then find peace with other people. See, when my dad passed, he stayed with me, and one of the things I kept working with him was because my dad was very angry. He had a lot of hatred in him. And I said, Daddy, you got to get go of that hatred. You can't hate and go and, it's about letting go of the hatred, the anger, and the disappointment because this one person didn't step up and be people are being who they are, and we just got to allow them. Just like my friend, she was being who she was, and I just allowed her to do what she needed to do, and it all came about. You know, by letting her see what she didn't want to see or didn't want to hear when I was speaking, how I was like, okay, go ahead. You know, and to find the good in all this. Find good in everything that's happening today. See, I found that I could record on my tablet. Ooh, that's a chicken behind me. There's one of the other ones, the other culprit. Tim? Oh, here comes the third one. Now look. You come over here in my yard, you better lay me some eggs so I can have eggs to breakfast. Look. Look at that. See, I kind of spoiled their fun because they were eating out of my bird feeder and now I have it hanging. So they're going over there to see if any birds have knocked bird food on the ground. It used to be where the hummingbird feeder is. What's she barking at? Oh, my neck hurts. See, God works in really good ways. And when you're listening, everything will go smooth as a bell. Because when I walked into the doctor's office today, I just had an appointment for this morning to get blood work done because my next appointment is on June. And the hospital said they wanted me to get rechecked. And I was like, well, I know I wasn't going back to work today because I still was not feeling good and still hurting a lot. And I walked in and I said something about seeing the doctor or whatever doctor was available because of what happened. And she's like, oh, there's no availability until Monday. And I was like, okay, go ahead. Is that what you want me to be, how to do this, Because one, I couldn't pay for it. I'm not going to be able to pay for it until next week until I get paid. And she's like, we'll bill you. I was like, okay. And I was like, what do you want to do, God? What do you want me to do? And she's looking through the schedule, and I was only like 2 minutes later, she's like, oh, he's got a 10 o'clock appointment. And I was like, okay. Now, this is 8:30 in the morning, and I was going to have to wait. She says, we'll put you in for 10 and just hang out here. We're not, she says, they'll just do the blood work when they take you back. I was like, okay. And see how it works? It went smoothly. No complications. It was meant to happen. And it was meant for me not to be back to work. Which I really wanted. I needed to go back to work to get paid because I'm not getting paid for these days. But here's the thing. God has a plan. Sometimes in the midst of the turmoil or confusion or the fear, if you let it overcome you. See, normally in the past, I would be like freaking out, like, how am I going to survive? How am I going to have money? How am I going to do this? And simply just said, just trust me. That's what I heard. Just trust me. And why I opened up that video, computer and did that thing today was like something said, just do it. And I'll still figure out one way or another. I'll figure out how to get it from my tablet to YouTube and put it on Facebook. Just like I'm going to do this. It'll come to me when it's right. And that means it's going to be right. You know what I'm saying? When everything goes smoothly, flowing, and nothing, there's no quirks and there's no, it just goes with ease and gentleness. That's his magic. So when you're in the middle of the worries, take that deep breath in and exhale out. Listen to Rich Dad, Poor Dad on YouTube. And there's a Millionaire Mind. Start listening to them. Abraham Hicks. To get yourself out of that pattern of panicking. And out of the panic, and taking the words of, I can't because I have no money. I can't because this. I can't because when you're saying those words, that stops it. It really does. And I see it. And I felt it. So now I'm saying to myself, I can and I will have and I will. And every time I made those kind of commitments, things have happened. And when I'm saying I'm making the commitments to having the money and to doing everything, is this time around, I'm going to do it correctly. I'm doing it wisely. I'm doing it out of peace. And with firmness. So when I do buy those houses and have my extra income coming in through the houses or a business, I'm going to have it in accounting. I'm going to have somebody advising me who's done it, who's succeeded, who's achieved where I want to go, where I'm going. So I ask each one of you, where do you want to go? And how do you want to be? Do you want to continue down the path you're going? Because if you do, don't change anything. See, by me saying I'm going to fill my house up with what I choose, not because it's free. I mean, it can be free, but it's something I choose. Just like I was trying to explain to that man, you didn't have to accept that shirt just because it's free. Because it really may have not have been his shirt. It may have been supposed to have been given to somebody else. But because he took it and was not grateful, he took the gratitude away. See, like I had a friend saying she's going to design this furniture for me, you know. I says, call me before you come to see if that's what I want. Ooh, the butterfly just flew past my head. It could be free. You know, I've had cars given to me, and it's because that's what I wanted. I've had trips paid for me going across country because that's what I wanted. But see, one of the things I'm starting to learn that be clear. Like when I spoke about finding a place to live out of the hotel, I said it's not going to be out of desperate fear, out of because I have to have a place, and it's going to be my sanctuary. I said because yeah, the trailer is not perfect. You know, it's got its things, but right at this point in time, this is perfect for me. Even if I bought it, bring a different house in here. And the reason I say it's perfect for me because it's a sanctuary. It's what I wanted. It's what I created. See the trees and the birds and the chickens running around. I wanted chickens, and now I got chickens. They're not mine. But they're in my yard every day, and I get woken up at 5:30 in the morning with the roosters crowing out my window. It is so fun. And I get to walk out and listen to the birds squeaking, and there's a hawk nest someplace up here. I haven't found it yet, but and I see the red cardinals and the blue jays and the doves and the woodpeckers. There's a couple of them that live in these trees over here. And at night, I get to listen to the frogs and the crickets and the fireflies. And I ain't seen deers yet, but I've seen some rabbits. Found a baby rabbit. Found a dead snake. Thank God it was dead. It was tiny. But, and, you know, I'll eventually have a fence put up so the dogs can have a little area to run around in. But right now, we walk and we do a little walk down in nature. And the money is coming. I don't know how. I don't know if people are supposed to donate to me listening to this video recording and getting something out of it and they want to give something back to me. I don't know. I'm not putting limits on it. I'm not going to put, I'm opening up to receive the money how it's supposed to come because you see, it's about opening up to receive. And when I say I'm not up against, not saying no against the free furniture, what I am saying is the furniture I want. Not just because somebody's giving it away. Not because it's free. See, that's how I got all this stuff. That's how my dad got all this stuff. Ooh, look at the butterfly. Just because it was free. You know? Oh, look at the red cardinal on the bird feeder. See, this is best is free. It's sitting here. The only thing I had to do is buy some bird feed. I had deer corn I was putting out here, but I stopped because of the chickens. He's peeking around the corner. So when you're listening to yourself and opening up, and that was one of the my friend was talking about opening and receiving, and I was like, yeah, I am open to receive, open to receive the advice from people who have money, who are going to guide me to the proper way of doing things instead of trying to do it on my own, like I have in the past, making smarter decisions about it. And having the money work for me. That's the greatest advice I can give to people for myself. And, you know, It's kind of funny because somebody sent me a thing about doing a business, and I got this whole message was not to do something because they think they're going to make money. You got to ask the right questions and do the right things and stuff. And he sent me this video. He sent me this company, and I think I haven't figured out how if I'm supposed to purchase it or what. I'm talking to the universe. I said, God, there's a reason why he did that to me. I said because it's how to make professional videos and recordings. I started laughing because that's exactly what I want to do with my meditations that I have. These things that spiritually has been given to me, different kinds of meditations that I haven't heard out there, and a lot of people were like, when I used to do them in my meditation groups, the healing circle I did, they were like, you need to record that because I would like to listen to that when I go home. And I've been for since 2010 or 11 trying to figure out how to do it because electronically I'm not savvy with the computer and stuff. And that's why I started doing these live recordings and stuff, and for him to send that to me, and I'm like, well, maybe I'm supposed to purchase it, or maybe I'm just waiting to see what he's got to say to me, and yet he's not followed through. So again, I was like, it's about being professional and it's about being authentic and real. And I'm being authentic and real when I'm speaking now. So that's why I'm just talking. I'm going to end soon. I've been talking almost an hour, and that wasn't really my intention. But see, God has his ways. He's just wanting me to speak these words and share this stuff and share a part of my life. I don't know where he's going to take me, but I'm just going to trust him. I'm going to trust in the process. I listen to Abraham all the time, and I listen to Rich Dad Poor Dad. He's an author. That's one of the titles. And lately, I've been listening to Millionaire Mind. It's Eckhart, I think it is, and about changing I've always been able to change patterns for myself, and this money issue. Oh, there's a blue jay or dove. There's some, I started seeing some stuff come up for me, and I'm getting really clear and focused on where I want to go, what I want to be. And I know I'm supposed to do some stuff, do more things spiritually, and it's just how to do it and who to do it with and for. So it's about being me. By me being me and being true to me, I'll be true to you. And the best gift I can give, somebody said, is you being you. One of the guys at work said that to me. He says, because I being me has changed some things at the job. And I didn't have to do much. It's just being me and being authentic and being real. And starting You know, I started recognizing when I was starting to get into the drama and to the storytelling. And when I started doing that, I had to step back away from that and stop myself. Because it's time to become real for people. It's time to become me. It's time to become you. Who are you? And I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to send out the love. Hopefully, you'll share something back with me if you listen to the whole thing. But Cindy, love and peace out to everybody. Bye.